Have you ever wondered how natural disasters have altered the course of history? It's a question that might not frequently cross our minds, yet the answer is deeply woven into the tapestry of our past. As we delve into this topic, we need to appreciate the immense power and unpredictability that nature wields. From the gentle rustle of leaves and a soft breeze to the earth-shattering force of a volcanic eruption, nature's presence is undeniable, and its power is awe-inspiring. Imagine a world where the weather is not just a topic of passing conversation, but a life-changing force that can shape destiny. A world where a sudden storm isn't merely an inconvenience, but a catastrophic event with the power to reshape landscapes, redraw borders, and rewrite history. This is the world we have always lived in, yet we often forget the power of nature until it's unleashed in its full fury. Throughout history, societies have risen and fallen, civilizations have thrived and withered, often at the mercy of the natural world. Wars have been won or lost not just by the strength of armies, but by the whims of weather. Kings have been crowned and empires have crumbled, all under the shadow of nature's unpredictable might. Let's consider for a moment the impact of a single natural disaster. A volcano erupts and its ash clouds the sky, altering climate patterns globally. Crops fail, famine ensues, societies falter, and history takes a new turn. Or a mighty earthquake shakes a city to its very foundations, leading to political upheaval and social change that echo through the centuries. These are not just hypothetical scenarios, but real instances where nature's raw power has carved indelible marks on the annals of history. These events underline the fact that we are not just observers of nature, but active participants in its grand drama, subject to its whims and mercy. So let's embark on a journey back in time to witness the first known historical impact of a natural disaster. This journey will take us to places and times where nature dramatically asserted its might, shaping the course of human history in the process. In 79 AD, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius buried the Roman city of Pompeii under a thick carpet of volcanic ash. This catastrophic event happened without warning, instantly ending the lives of thousands of unsuspecting inhabitants, and preserving the city in a chilling state of suspended animation. The immediate effects of the eruption were devastating. A sudden violent cloud of superheated gas and ash, known as a pyroclastic surge, raced down the mountain at hurricane speeds. This monstrous wave instantly claimed the lives of anyone in its path, leaving no time for escape. Buildings crumbled under the weight of the falling ash, and what was once a thriving city was silenced in a matter of hours. But the impact of the eruption reached far beyond the city's walls. Pompeii was a bustling trade hub and a key player in the Roman Empire's economy. Its destruction sent shockwaves through the empire, causing economic instability and political unrest. The loss of Pompeii and the subsequent fear of future eruptions led to a shift in settlement patterns, with people moving away from the dangerous proximity of active volcanoes. Yet, in the midst of the tragedy, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius inadvertently created one of the most significant archaeological sites in the world. The ash that buried Pompeii served as a kind of time capsule, preserving the city and its inhabitants exactly as they were in the moment of the disaster. This has allowed us to gain an unparalleled glimpse into life in the Roman Empire. From the grand villas of the wealthy to the humble homes of the common people, the preserved city offers a window into a lost world. The disaster at Pompeii is a stark reminder of how a single event can dramatically change a society. It's a testament to the power of nature and its ability to shape the course of history. But it's also a testament to the resilience of humanity as we continue to learn and adapt in the face of such overwhelming forces. A fast forward to the 14th century, where we find Europe in the grip of what is known as the Great Famine. The Great Famine, spanning from 1319 to 1321, was a period of severe food shortages that led to widespread starvation across Europe. But what caused such a devastating event? The famine was triggered by a series of unusually wet and cold summers, which ruined crops and made farming nearly impossible. The famine didn't play favorites. It touched every corner of Europe, from Ireland to Italy, from Scandinavia to Spain. It's estimated that millions of people, around 10% of Europe's population, perished during these grim years. But the impacts of the Great Famine weren't just limited to the immediate loss of life. It also spurred significant social and economic changes. As the saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. And in this case, the necessity to survive led to the invention of new farming techniques and tools. Before the famine, Europe was largely dependent on the three-field system of agriculture, which left one field fallow each year. However, the desperate need for more food led to the development of the two-field system, where only half the land was left fallow, effectively increasing food production. The Great Famine also brought about a shift in social dynamics. As food became scarce, the gap between the rich and the poor widened. The wealthy could afford to buy food at inflated prices, while the poor were left to starve. This disparity led to social unrest, culminating in revolts and uprisings in several regions. Economically, the famine led to an increase in labor wages as the population decreased. This in turn led to the decline of the feudal system, as serfs could now demand better conditions and pay for their work. As we can see, even a disaster like a famine can have far-reaching effects on society and history. The Great Famine, while a tragic event, was also a catalyst for change, shaping the course of medieval Europe in ways that would echo through the centuries. Now, let's jump to the 20th century. The year is 1906, and a massive earthquake strikes San Francisco. It was an ordinary day, moments before dawn, when the ground beneath the city started to shake violently. The quake itself lasted less than a minute, but the destruction it left behind was immense, with an estimated 3,000 lives lost and over half of the city's population left homeless. The earthquake was just the beginning. A series of fires sparked by ruptured gas lines and overturned stoves raged for days, causing even more devastation. The city was in ruins. But in the face of such a disaster, the spirit of San Francisco remained unbroken. The city's reconstruction was a monumental task. It required an immense amount of resources and manpower, but the people of San Francisco were determined. They worked tirelessly day and night to rebuild their beloved city. The reconstruction efforts were not only about restoring what was lost, but also about making the city more resilient to future earthquakes. The San Francisco earthquake was a turning point in the field of earthquake engineering. It led to the development of modern seismic safety measures that are used worldwide today. The city's new buildings were designed with these safety measures in mind, incorporating features like reinforced concrete and steel frames to withstand seismic forces. The earthquake also led to changes in urban planning and building codes. It highlighted the need for stronger regulations and enforcement to ensure the safety of buildings and their occupants. The lessons learned from the earthquake were not only applied in San Francisco, but also used as a model for other earthquake-prone areas across the globe. The San Francisco earthquake of 1906 was a devastating event, but it also served as a catalyst for change. It showed us the power of nature, but also the resilience of the human spirit. From this disaster, we learned valuable lessons about building in earthquake-prone areas. As we have seen, natural disasters have left indelible marks on human history. From the ashes of volcanoes to the tremors of seismic activity, we've traversed the globe and back through time, discovering how these cataclysmic events have etched their stories into the annals of our past. We first delved into the tragic tale of Pompeii, a city buried under a thick blanket of ash and pumice. This catastrophic event altered the course of Roman history, turning a bustling city into a silent monument of a day frozen in time. Next, we ventured into the heart of darkness that was the Great Famine. A natural disaster born out of harsh weather conditions, it irrevocably changed the demographic landscape of Ireland. The famine's devastating effects triggered a massive wave of emigration, effectively shaping the culture and society of not just Ireland, but also those countries where the Irish sought refuge. Then, we journeyed to the dawn of the 20th century, to the city of San Francisco. There, a powerful earthquake and subsequent fire wreaked havoc, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. This disaster served as a catalyst for the city's rebirth, influencing urban development and seismic safety measures. As we revisited these pivotal moments, one thing became clear: the power of nature is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Its seemingly random acts have the ability to shape civilizations, to influence the course of history, and to alter the lives of millions. In the face of such power, humanity has shown resilience and adaptability, often rising from the ashes stronger and more prepared. But these disasters also serve as stark reminders of our place in the grand scheme of things. They underscore the fact that despite our technological advances and our illusion of control, we are but temporary residents on this ever-changing planet. We are at the whim of the natural world, and it is a humbling reminder that despite our best efforts, we remain at the mercy of the natural world.